Hello. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a sort of environmental journey that I've maybe always been going on. However, I have to give a disclaimer that I don't even know what they're calling moms these days. There's a lot of terms, right? Helicopter, almond, crunchy, whatever. I guess a tiny bit of a hippie because that's kind of how I was raised. So for instance, if I got a piece of foil out and I didn't really use it, then I would just kind of put it back in the drawer and reuse it. And I try to use as few disposable things as possible. Now, I'm not on websites getting toothpaste in little jars and things like that. And plus those have to get shipped to you also. So some of those things I kind of question how, their environmental impact anyway. So why go through all that effort when it's still just coming out of a big plastic vat anyway? But I don't like a lot of extra packaging on things. That sort of drives me crazy. Why put toilet paper, for instance? Why have a big pack of toilet paper and then have plastic around each individual toilet roll? That doesn't make any sense to me. So there's things that I like to do that I feel like are common sense, and I wonder how many other people kind of feel the same way. So I wanted to share some things that I do. I never ever idle my car if I can help it. If it's going to be more than a minute, my car is going to be off, unless it's we're truly warming up because it's really hard winter and we're just need to warm up for a minute. I see people in cars all the time with their air conditioning running while their partner is in the store for 15 minutes. I 100% understand that people have disabilities and things that I can't see, and they need that air conditioning on, and maybe it's easier than them walking in the store. So I appreciate that for sure. But I also personally know people, and they're picking up their kids from a sport and they're sitting in the car for 30 minutes. Again, not needing to they're not on the phones, they're not trying to be quiet or anything. That's just what they're used to doing. So I guess I'm curious how many people also experience this, and just little things we can do, because again, I'm very lazy, but some of these disposable things make my life a lot easier, honestly, and they don't take any extra time. It would take me more time to find certain things in the store. For example, we use a lot of linen products or cloth products around the house, so that I don't have to buy new. And that's from a cost savings perspective too, not just environmental, because I am very cheap. So we use cloth, paper towels to eat with. They're not paper towels, but cloth towels. No, I haven't switched from paper towels. There's just some kind of grody stuff that I want to be able to use that's disposable. Say you had something super greasy and you were cleaning out a cup of bacon grease. I want to be able to have paper towels to wipe that out, and I don't want to put a greasy towel in my laundry. However, I just try to grab that cloth napkin, that's the word, whenever I can. And when I'm cleaning, I use a microfiber cloth or just a washcloth type of cloth. Yeah, so this one's gonna be a long one. We've got these two bins. They go in a little shelf that I have under my kitchen cabinet. I have them labeled here: kitchen towels and cleaning cloths. Sometimes I fold them, sometimes I just shove them in. So these are the ones that I keep by the sink to just dry your hands. And I have a collection of microfiber and just washclothy material ones. And I acquired quite a lot, but you can get them at the Dollar Tree and things like that. But instead of, it kind of drives me crazy when people use a paper towel just to dry their hands after, washing their hands at the sink. I get that, well, especially if it was something really dirty or slimy, raw chicken or something like that. But for the most part, I don't really see the advantage of that. I just throw them in the laundry very often so that they're not a bacteria, gross bacteria thing. Oh, here's another example. So I clean with, so that's Fabuloso watered down. Excuse me. And this is a steel and granite cleaner. And I just spray the counter, and then I use one of these cleaning cloths. And then, every day or so I throw the dirty one in our laundry, rather than buying like, you know, countertop wipes. And you can also kind of make it more hygienic by, you know, when you spray, you can leave it on longer, and so you're actually killing the bacteria. And I feel like some of those wipes really aren't that wet. So that's an advantage there. I also want to show how easy it is for me to clean these things. So that is under our sink. That's where these things sit. Here's a, like a hand drying towel. I don't really dry dishes, but in theory I could, and use that towel for that as well. So they're sitting right there. Say it's dirty, then I'm just gonna go right over here because it's convenient in my house currently, and I just throw it in a laundry basket right here. So at the end of the week, I just throw it on our laundry and it's done. And like I said, sometimes I fold it, sometimes I just throw it in the little cubbies, and it's just very easy. People make it seem like, oh, that's so much extra, but it really isn't. Sometimes I have a small load from the kids and I just like mix the two together. I guess technically you're not supposed to, but I don't really care. Usually they are not actually very soiled. So yeah, that's just one thing I do. We have a whole bunch of reusable like Ziploc or zipper bags for like the kids' lunches, grabbing a snack. Instead of buying like a million sandwich bags and always forgetting. We do have them, especially if something was really sticky or you're doing like a project, but we like them. These are Amazon. They don't snap very well, but the kids, if they're just making a sandwich, you know, you just have to like get it snapped in a couple of spots. It's not going to fall out in their lunchbox. We also have this little bin in this drawer in the cabinet in the kitchen. And we have like just a random selection. They're all pretty cheap. These are from IKEA, so you know, I think it was like 2 for a couple bucks. And this one's Velcro-y. Yeah, they come in all kinds of fun things. These, I don't know, the plasticky silicone ones are just harder. Like this is hard to get snapped in place, so I think those were Aldi. The easiest to use are these zippery ones. And again, I just have the kids trained, when you're done, just throw them in that laundry bin, and we just have a load of these different things, and it takes 2 seconds for me to empty it. I did want to show a gross finished one, so the kids must have made like a really slimy sandwich. This is nice and dirty, so I flip it inside out. In this case, you can do it in the dishwasher or in the actual laundry. I find that it's getting cleaner in the actual laundry, in my opinion. Finding more things. It is loud in here. The washing machine is going, so there's a couple things in here. I do make my own laundry soap. It is crazy cheap, and I always end up making like so much extra that I give it to like, give a container, I don't even know, are these a gallon, to my folks. And then I have bought laundry soap in between, so obviously, so this is 2 gallons. So I, excuse me, refill, you can take this cap off or this cap off, and like with the little funnel. We use these little doodads to help with the drying, allegedly. I don't know that it's more energy efficient, but it does seem to like have the clothes stick to each other a little bit less. I wanted to point these thingies out. These snap into my, what is this called? O-Cedar mop thing, and it rinses out. It's like one of my favorite things I bought on TikTok. And then again, I just am throwing the dirty ones in the laundry, and they are really awesome. Like you can wash walls with them if it's a, you know, a brand new clean one and you had something up high. So I recommend that. And this system is like 30 bucks plus, you know, I got like 6 refillable thingies, which I never use that much. Bottled water. It's another thing that kind of drives me crazy. I know that we all live in different situations, and there's some public water that's not very safe. The only reason I have these 2 cases is that I like to keep one in the house just for emergencies. Like recently we had a boil water advisory, and this case on top was just left over from an event I had at work. But the water where we live here in Ohio is very safe to drink. And I just don't understand, especially the individual bottles of water. I mean, like if people are really into bottles of water, like drink the big giant bottle, or like the refillable ones that you can get at the grocery store or whatever. The amount of plastic and the amount of like waste makes no sense to me, sorry.